Hey everybody, it's Ryan from Pi Records, and I'm here with the great guys from the Surf Riders. How are you?
Hi, Ryan. Everything fine. Thank you for having us.
Not just guys, there's a gal here too. How are you, Isabella?
Fine, thanks. Hello.
So why don't we start with Isabella? Introduce yourself and let us know what you play in the band.
Okay. Okay. I'm a saxophone player. I began to play when I was child, and then I go to the Conservatory of Music, and I got my master degree here in Italy and in France, in Lyon, and I usually play classical and contemporary music. And some years, 2 years ago, I read on the Facebook page that Stefano wanted a saxophonist to create a surf music. I never played rock music before, but I wanted to try a new experience, musical experience, different from my background, and so we meet each other and we start with the band to rehearsal together, and then we are yes, we are here. And it's nice. It's different for me because I'm usually I have all scored pieces, the difficult pieces, but score, and then I study from memory, or also when I play, I read. And with these pieces, I have there are no scores, so I have to. It's a very nice exercise also because yes, I have to listen and then to transcribe or play. So it's nice also for improvisation because it was an area that I haven't practiced no more in my studies, because in classical studies in Italy, improvisation, there isn't improvisation. So I study a little improvisation in courses in other country, short courses, but I never had a study, a long study on improvisation. So it's also an opportunity to me to have the to try to improvise, and yes, to try new thing. Is nice.
That's great. It's great. Stefano, why don't you introduce yourself and tell us what you play and why you got into surf music?
Yeah, of course. I'm Stefano. I'm from Turin, Italy, as many of us. I play guitar in the band. I've been playing guitar for my whole life. Probably I started when I was a kid as a self-taught guitar player. I never studied guitar or whatsoever. I always I learned by listening to records and trying to mimic and replay what I was hearing. At first, it was frustrating because I had no idea what I was doing. I had even no idea of how to tune a guitar. So I used to study songs in keys that were not the original keys, with impossible positions, no free strings. It was a mess. But slowly I started to get into it, to learn how to transcribe songs. I fell in love with heavy metal when I was a kid, so I played a lot of that stuff from Iron Maiden, Megadeth, and so on. The metal of the 80s when I was a kid, and but I always listened to every kind of music, and my parents were listened to a lot of 60s music, and that's probably how surf entered in my life, and I didn't even realize that until probably when Pulp Fiction came out in the 90s, and the match of music and images was just perfect, and the music told a deeper history of respect. A deeper history than the images, and it's something that resonated with me for many years. A couple of years ago, during pandemic, I was, as everybody else, stuck in my house, and by chance I started playing a couple of tunes that I always liked by the Ventures, and I said to myself, well, it would be very cool to bring this music live with other musicians, and see if we can make justice to these artists. So casually I was on the phone with Fulvio, with whom I played for probably 20 more plus years, and I talking casually, I said, oh well, I was listening to these songs, I was playing these songs, it would be cool, now I have to find musicians. And he said, well, I'm here, let's try, let's do something. I thought, okay, so bass player problem solved, because I know him, I trust him, so it was very cool. I put an ad on Facebook. Isabella answered to the ad, and we short after found another guitar player and a drummer, which wasn't Matteo yet, and we started rehearsing. We lost the first drummer after a handful of rehearsals, and knowing Matteo, I tried to ask him if he was interested, and he would like to play that kind of music, and luckily he said yes, and now we are I'm happy with this lineup, even if we lost the second guitar player about a year ago, because he wanted to play the other styles of music, and probably wasn't enjoying surf anymore, don't know. And we at first we thought that maybe we could have searched for another guitar player, for a rhythm guitar player, but we tried to play the same songs without the second guitar. And we actually thought that it was working pretty well, so we stuck with a four-piece band, and that's how we are right now today.
Great. Matteo, tell me, why don't you introduce yourself? Tell me what you play and how you got into surf music.
Yeah, I'm Matteo. I'm the drummer for Surf Riders. And like Stefano said before, I enjoyed the band almost by chance, because they needed a drummer to replace for a rehearsal the old drummer. And after that, they asked me if I could enjoy the band permanently, and I said yes. And surf music is a kind of music that I didn't know almost at all before joining this band, but is a very interesting genre, and I am discovering it step by step, and it's very fun to play it. Yeah, it's a free for the drummer. And what else? Yeah, I usually play rock, metal, funk music, so it's nice to have the possibility to explore new things.
Awesome. Fulvio, why don't you introduce yourself, what instrument you play, and what you love about surf music?
Stefano, translate, please. I don't speaking very well. Puoi tradurre tu, io.
Ti chiedeva di introdurti e di spiegare cosa suoni nella band, perché ti piace la surf music, cosa ti piace.
Sì, no, questo ho capito, ti chiedevo se tu vuoi tradurre.
Yeah, I can translate for you, okay.
Thanks. My name is Fulvio, io suono il basso elettrico da parecchi anni, non mi ero mai cimentato con il rock and roll, pur amandolo, e neanche con il surf music.
Wait a second. He's saying his name is Fulvio. He plays electric bass with the Surf Riders. He never played rock and roll or surf before, but he always enjoyed this kind of music, and he started to play this kind of music with us.
Ho suonato altri strumenti durante la mia vita di musicista. Ho iniziato con la tromba, strumento che continuo ad amare, e la chitarra, e poi con il basso ho partecipato a diversi progetti con Stefano, e questo è l'ennesimo.
He said he started playing music by playing trumpet. He studied trumpet when he was young, then guitar, and then he turned to bass guitar. And during these 20 plus years that we've been knowing each other, we played in a lot of projects and bands together.
Un giorno Stefano mi ha proposto di suonare questo genere e subito mi sono venuti in mente i film di Tarantino, gli immaginari ai quali mi sono sempre ispirato, e ho detto sì, facciamo questa cosa, cerchiamo dei musicisti, e abbiamo trovato in Matteo un ottimo batterista col quale mi intendo perfettamente. Il suono di Isabella è fantastico, spero che piaccia anche al pubblico al quale viene proposto.
I'm trying to remember everything he said. He was recalling the phone call I told before we were talking to the phone. I proposed him to join this project. He was happy to join because surf music remember him of as well Tarantino movies as I did, and he was happy to join us. He's very happy to play with Matteo, which is a drummer with which he has a really great feel. They play really good together, and he also enjoys, as we all do, Isabella's sound because she's awesome. I mean,
e la chitarra di Stefano è molto groovosa. Non so come tradurla. Stefano è molto groove la chitarra.
He likes how groovy is my guitar.
So one thing I noticed, I started doing these interviews during lockdown.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed, and maybe you guys did too, that there has been like an explosion of surf bands. There's just been so many people starting up surf bands. What do you guys think about the state of surf music right now, especially in Italy?
Well, actually, in Italy, there are many bands, but not so much because it's maybe a niche genre. In Italy, there are some artists and some genres that are more explored by bands and that are more have more possibilities to find live gigs and so on. Instrumental music in Italy is a very difficult matter because we are very vocal-centric nation. You know, the good singers of the past. It's something that still stuck on society. So instrumental music is not so easy to sell to the venues, to the clubs, and so on. It's something that we are experiencing on our skins right now because we are struggling to find new lives for the winter season, and it's not easy at all here in our area. Probably if we had the chance to move maybe in France, in Germany, or even in the south of Italy, maybe there would be more chances. But right now it's a bit tough. I discovered a lot of bands from all over the world, and there is a huge scene, a huge surf music scene, and it's awesome. I mean, it's one of the kind of musics that I like more and that give me more emotions and create in my mind images that are not necessarily related to movies or to surf. I found surf music almost as ambient music. You know, it's really open. The reverb on the guitar is so overwhelming, but I don't know, it's something that I really enjoy, and I enjoy discovering bands from all over the world. Like, I don't know if you know Messer Chaps from Russia.
Yes.
I discovered them, and I think they're just genius. I'd love to see them live
Yeah.
one day.
So I really enjoyed talking to you, and I saw the videos on your Instagram page, and you guys, especially like the rehearsal room, the audio sounds so good.
Cool.
You guys, the saxophone, Isabella, is really prominent and really well done. I really dug that element to surf music, because although it's present in a lot of surf music, it's not as prominent as you would think, but
Yeah.
it reminded me definitely of the 60s. And I just wanted to thank you guys so much for coming on. Is there anything you want to talk about that I might not have mentioned?
I don't know. Well, if we can ask everyone who's going to watch this interview to follow us on our social pages on Facebook and Instagram, that could help us reach more people. And I think we can bring a ray of light in the in the days of not thanks to us, but thanks to the music we play, because it's everything is comes from there. We are just the messengers of that music and that mood, and we'd love to reach as many people as possible.
Very cool.
And this chance you gave us is so cool. We thank you so much for having us, for inviting us. It's such a pleasure, and I really did not expect that, and it's so cool.
It's very
thank you so much.
I was really glad to meet you, and a lot of people whose English isn't their first language are very, sometimes it's hard to get them to do interviews.
Yeah, of course.
But I always say your English is probably better than my Italian.
Well, we could have done an interview in Italian. We can try and see what comes out.
Well, thank you so much, guys. And you have a great rest of your night.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See ya.